If your mead stalls around day 3 or never really takes off, this will fix it. Although it might be pH, temperature, or weak yeast, but most of the time it's how the yeast is fed. So I'm sharing the exact 4-stage nutrient schedule I use to keep high gravity must fermenting clean and strong, no DAP and no stress. I've had mead stall on day 3 or crash halfway through. The real issue is not just the yeast, it's how you feed them. Most people dump all their nutrients in at the beginning. Sounds logical, right? Feed the yeast early and let them work. But it turns out that's one of the fastest ways to stress them out and ruin your batch. Yeast don't need everything all at once. Just like us, they do better when fed gradually. That's where staggered nutrients, specifically the 4-stage nutrient schedule, comes in. Step 1, proper yeast hydration with Ferm. If you're using dry yeast, before you even pitch your yeast, you need to rehydrate it properly. That means using Ferm. Here's exactly how I do it. Use 1.25 grams of Ferm per gram of dry yeast. For 1 packet of yeast, that's about 11.5 grams, you use approximately 14.4 grams of Ferm. Mix the Ferm into 104 degrees Fahrenheit RO or spring water, not tap water. Do never use tap water. Add the yeast, swirl gently, and wait for 15 minutes. Then slowly temper the mixture by adding small amounts of must, around 10 to 20 ml every 5 minutes, until the yeast slurry is within 10 degrees Fahrenheit of the must temperature. Once tempered, pitch the yeast into your fermenter. Skipping this step can lead to yeast shock, poor viability, and higher risk of stuck fermentation, especially in high-gravity musts. Step 2, the 4-stage nutrient addition. Once your yeast is pitched and acclimated, it's time to feed them in stages, not all at once. Here's how I do it for a 5-gallon batch with an OG of about 1120. Nutrient used, Fermaid only. Total amount, 6.25 grams. That's 1.25 grams per gallon, split into 4 equal doses of about 1.56 grams total per addition, or 0.31 grams per gallon per day. Add 1 dose at each of the following times: 1 day after pitching, on day 2, on day 3, and once gravity drops to around 1080. So for a 5-gallon batch, you're adding 1.56 grams of Fermaid per day across those 4 milestones. For a 1-gallon batch, scale that to just 0.31 grams per dose for the same 4-day pattern. Here's how you apply it. Mix your daily nutrient dose with a small amount of must to prevent foaming. Gently stir it in and degas during the first few days to release trapped CO2. Early fermentation is also the time to aerate. Stir vigorously or splash to introduce oxygen. Just make sure to stop degassing and aerating after the 1/3 sugar break to avoid oxidation. Before I used this nutrient schedule, my mead stalled half the time. Now, it finishes dry, clean, and predictable. I haven't had a stuck batch since switching to this method, except for twice when it was just a pH issue. And the best part, there's no DAP, no off flavors, just mead the way it was supposed to taste. So if you've been dealing with stalled ferments, this method changes everything. What's your schedule for feeding your yeast? Drop it into the comments. I'd love to hear what's working for you. Do you want my exact yeast picks and step-by-step process? Download Mead-Making at Home Easily. It's free and linked below in the description or pinned comment. For a full deep dive, check out the Practical Mead-Maker eBook. It covers everything from honey and water chemistry to flavor balancing, off-flavor fixes, and troubleshooting, all in a clear, beginner-friendly format. You'll find both links in the pinned comment or the video description, along with my go-to gear and tools. Do you have a question? Drop it in the comments. I'd love to help. And if this video helped you, hit the like button, subscribe for no-fluff mead-making strategies that actually work. Check out my other videos and playlists here to master every step of the mead-making process, from advanced techniques to building unforgettable flavor. Happy fermenting, and here's to your clearest, strongest batch yet. See you in the next video.